Battlefield's narrative director gave fans new hope for the franchise. Elden Ring has smashed sales expectations and may even become a TV show. Overwatch 2 leaks have players very excited, and much more on This Week in Gaming. Hey guys, LevelCap here, and Marcus Leto, EA's narrative director for Battlefield, attempted to reassure fans that he and the devs are always reading player feedback. Leto is building a brand new game studio in Seattle to support the franchise, but its exact role has not yet been detailed. He, alongside Respawn Entertainment's Vince Zampella, are aiming to create a new Battlefield universe. The how and what behind those questions are, well, anyone's guess at this point. In his recent tweets, Leto claims things are growing and slowly getting established. He also replied to a fan who was asking about making Battlefield gritty, immersive, and believable again with, "I love all of those ingredients." Leto and Zampella are central figures in the success of Halo, Call of Duty, and Apex Legends. They're pretty well regarded when it comes to establishing new franchises that players flock to. Now, Battlefield 2042 on Xbox One received a hotfix this week. It addressed some server stability issues caused by Update 3.3. Many fans are claiming that performance in-game has suffered on all platforms since the latest update rolled out. Lead Battlefield community manager Freeman commented on Twitter that the devs are aware of these different bugs and hope to fix some of them in a future patch. A new weekly mission for Battlefield 2042 is live. It rewards players with the Cobble Protector skin for the Irish Specialist, a cosmetic that strongly resembles the EU faction in Battlefield 2142. Players are required to heal or repair 800 worth of HP, kill or destroy 30 enemies or vehicles, and earn 20 different ribbons. Players have discovered a wall hack glitch in Call of Duty Vanguard. The issue appears to stem from the glide bomb killstreak. When the killstreak is used, enemy players are highlighted with a red circle. Sometimes the streak glitches out, leaving enemy players highlighted after using it. This gives players the ability to see enemies through walls. Enemies are completely unaware of what's going on, making things extremely unfair. And while Activision has added Ricochet anti-cheat to combat hackers, it doesn't deal with glitches like this. So far, the developers have yet to address the bug. 2011's Modern Warfare 3 surprised the gaming world this week as it became the #1 trending game on Twitch. A group of Spain's biggest streamers organized a huge tournament which immediately went viral across social media. The event was dubbed the Old School Modern Warfare 3 Tournament and accumulated over 440,000 live viewers. Halo Infinite received a mid-season update that addressed several issues. Most of them were fairly minor, but fans are especially happy with the improvements to first-person animations. 343 have refined the animations for reloading and climbing. These animations didn't have proper interpolation, making them play back at a low frame rate and with missing frames. They now appear much smoother at all frame rates. Unfortunately, plenty of other issues still plague the game, like massive server desync, making gunfights very unpredictable. Devs have acknowledged the desync complaints and claim to be working on a fix. The next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto V released this week. Unfortunately, the reception is less than ideal. Some fans speculated the upgrade would be a proper remaster of the original game, and while it is a big leap in terms of texture quality and performance, the next-gen upgrade doesn't seem to be much more beyond that. It also has some noticeable downgrades from the original release. Players are unhappy with the next-gen upgrade's new explosion effects. They almost look two-dimensional and have been called embarrassing by the GTA community. Players are pleading with Rockstar to fix the explosions. The open-world action RPG Elden Ring has surpassed 12 million global sales. The publisher behind the game, Bandai Namco, targeted 4 million sales within the first 5 weeks. In a press release, the CEO of Bandai Namco hinted that they're currently working to expand the Elden Ring brand beyond the game. And what this means right now is, well, anybody's guess. Bandai Namco recently announced their own metaverse project, so maybe it has something to do with that. Some fans speculate that it could be a TV show or even a series of short stories. A leaked image of Overwatch 2's hero selection screen has surfaced online. Some fans have been given the chance to playtest an alpha build of Overwatch 2's PvP mode. And of course, despite signing an NDA, leaks have come out. One particular aspect of the leak that stands out is Soldier 76's new appearance. He looks significantly older and more war-torn compared to his original version. And of course, hero redesign shouldn't be too big of a surprise, as Overwatch 2 is essentially a complete rework of the original game. The devs are planning to do a beta for the game in late April. Starfield, the upcoming space RPG from Bethesda, received a new developer diary this week. In it, the devs discussed how in-depth the character creation and storyline will be, and also how they want it to play more like older hardcore RPGs. We got a sneak peek at one of the companions that finally showed off some of the work-in-progress gameplay. Starfield is running on the Creation Engine 2, Bethesda's in-house game engine. This means that it could look and play similar to the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games. Starfield is set to launch in November this year. XDefiant is Ubisoft's new free-to-play arena shooter. It was announced back in 2021 as a rival to Call of Duty. Based on the early beta gameplay shown back then, the game seemed to be in good shape, but the general reaction was very negative thanks to Ubisoft branding it a Tom Clancy title. Generally, the Tom Clancy name represents more grounded, hardcore franchises like Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six, and Ghost Recon. XDefiant's hero-based design and vibrant aesthetic seem to be wildly at odds with the Tom Clancy name. And it seems like Ubisoft is aware of the disconnect. All the game's Tom Clancy branding has been removed. According to the publisher, this was done so the game can include factions from outside the Tom Clancy universe. Public playtests are scheduled to start on PC in the coming months. Tencent became the majority stakeholder in the Spanish game studio Tequila Works. That studio is most known for their puzzle platformers. They're also working on Song of Nunu, a League of Legends spin-off game. Now, of course, Tencent also owns Riot Games, the developers behind League of Legends. Many fans speculate that Tencent is gearing up to expand the League of Legends universe through multiple titles, with Tequila Works acting as a support studio. Riot Games is already working on a new League of Legends MMORPG, so maybe the latest acquisition is to help with that. Russian esports teams have been banned from several mainstream gaming competitions. EA announced that players and teams based in Russia and Belarus will not be allowed to compete in Apex Legends or FIFA 22 Pro Leagues. The ESL, which is the world's largest esports organization, also issued a statement on Russian players and teams. Their policy is the same as the Olympic Games. Russian players can compete in gaming competitions and leagues, but must play under a neutral banner. This would mean that Russian players compete with no national colors or flags. Ubisoft announced similar restrictions this week, stating Russian players will still be able to compete under a neutral banner as well. The Rainbow Six Siege Russian Major League has also been suspended. Melee action game For Honor is getting crossplay support. This is one of the game's most demanded features, and it's finally coming for players 5 years after launch. It'll be added in 2 separate phases. Phase 1 will begin this week. It'll allow players from PC, Xbox, and PlayStation to matchmake together. Phase 2 will allow groups of friends on different platforms to party up and matchmake together, though the devs are still working on that functionality. Crossplay has reduced the game's matchmaking times, and players report much faster loading times. A closed beta for the Cycle Frontier has been live for a few days now. It's a complete overhaul and reboot that takes the game's original 2019 launch version and reworks it as a more tactical Escape from Tarkov-like experience. The focus is of course still on PvP, with AI enemies mixed in as part of the Cycle's overall mission system, but fans of the original are concerned that the overhaul leans too heavily into the meta game of survival and looting. The original was more fast-paced and focused on quickly gathering resources from simple missions and killing AI creatures. Frontier removes revives, and you lose most of your equipped gear if you die or fail to extract. The original game let you craft your gear as you progressed in each match, with there being no major gear penalty for dying other than, well, losing your upgrades in that specific match. This time, instead of the extraction ship landing on its own at the end of the match, you have to call for one at specific locations to get off-world safely. Again, the original extraction happened at a fixed location automatically, causing everyone in the server to beeline for it. You can request access to the closed beta on Steam or the Epic Game Store. Before we move on to this week's final topic, we would love to hear your thoughts on Battlefield's narrative director, Marcus Leto. Do you think him, Vince Zampella, and some new studios have what it takes to turn this franchise around? Let us know in the comments. The new PlayStation racing simulator Gran Turismo 7 was taken offline for over 24 hours this week. Usually, needing to go offline wouldn't be too big a deal, but this game actually requires an online connection to even play a lot of the single-player content. According to the devs, they found a rare bug just before a new game update rolled out. This bug would cause the game to incorrectly launch, possibly damaging the console or save data. Instead, the devs opted to take the game offline and work on a fix straight away. A more stable build of the game has since been released and players can now go online once again. And that wraps it up for This Week in Gaming. As always guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.